Hello, Amanda, to
Hello.
another possibility team meeting of Becoming Music. Thank you for joining this space and for being here, for asking those questions that really pushed my commitment to music. There was a time where I couldn't hold space for this meeting, and right now I made a space. I cavitated a little space in my life where music can thrive, where music thrives, actually. I cavitate a space where music thrives.
Yes, it's an
Yeah.
honor. Mm.
I'm just coming out of a festival that I went to this weekend. It's actually not called a festival. It's its own kind of game world that it emerges from the Burning Man movement, and it's we were there for about 4 days, me and my family, and of course it's like music is a big part of it. There is music pretty much 24/7, and it was a bit strange. It's the first festival that I go to as an experimenter and as an adult with some bigger matrix that I can hold my own space. I can hold my own culture, and it was a completely different experience than any other festival I've been to. And I was in a research of music, movement, dancing, and gremlin. There was a big research on me about gremlin, and it was. I mean, there is so much. There is so much. The distinctions that are being created, and there is so much aliveness that's coming out from this research. And I had this pleasure of being completely sober for the first time in this space, and being in a space where I have like all access to myself, and I feel there was a lot of sadness that was coming because there was almost this idea that if I wasn't consuming or if I wasn't taking drugs or something like that, that I cannot be part of that culture or part of the majority of the people, and still I was able to connect with a few people here and there in a very very intimate way. And in my research with music, what I was finding is the that music was being used to kind of go out of the body, to escape the body, to escape reality, and the impulse for me was that it was like making me be in reality, making me be more in reality. But for a lot of people, or what I was observing and noticing, and in my trying to connect, there was this like closing of the eyes and just like being escaping reality, and it was causing a lot of disconnection, and in the sense that there was no space in that reality, in that fantasy. There was no space in that fantasy for all the feelings, for sadness. There was no space for anger, for fear. There was this like all like joy. There was a space for this gremlin joy or fake joy or shallow joy, and all of the other stuff was like outside of that. And
Mhm.
that's the what I felt, that there was no space in that fantasy for these feelings. When I was feeling angry or when I was feeling sad, that I couldn't bring this without that space breaking apart. And and it wasn't, yeah, it wasn't holding me, it wasn't holding my culture, so I had to, or I have to hold my culture. I went into my sadness and fear, but it will attract rescuers or persecutors. It will attract this crowd of people trying to rescue me, like, oh, how are you okay, what's happening, what's wrong with you, and it would attract persecutors, like, oh, it's like, stop crying, you're ruining the space, or it's not, it's what's wrong with you.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
yeah, that's a bit of the research that I have found this weekend. That yeah, music was being used to maintain this the fantasy world instead of being in the intensity of reality with all of the feelings and all of the emotions and all of the discomfort.
Thank you. Mm, I I'm discovering with music, and also this comes before, actually before music, this impulse that is this sadness and this fear and also anger, with the question like, where are the edge workers? And especially of my generation. So I'm 21, and I feel a lot of sadness to see my friends in school than before, or where my friends are right now, and see how the mother culture already got them, you know, already um, suck them in ordinary jobs where they're feeling miserable, and the only thing that they where they feel a little bit alive is in parties with horrible music that only feeds their gremlin in their underworld. And so this made me think, and like making this conversation with my team. Okay, so what is the difference? Like, how did I get to my edges? Where did it started? How did I started my impulses to go to the edges? What worked? What didn't work? And for what I noticed for myself is the artists and the musics when I was a teenager and then I was a kid, they made me um, ask questions to myself of what is possible, of connecting more with my feelings and knowing that something else is there and I don't know what it is. And music helped me with that, and it still helped me until now. And my research with that is that I discovered that music is a form of communication that makes a bridge to people where they are.
Mm,
And what I want to discover is how to make music, how to use music and art to make bridges to people in modern culture and make them become edge workers, go through their hearts and plant a seed of what else is possible. And I have some hints about that. I don't have the answer, and I think that's my job because it just touches me a lot. And yeah, um, music really connects me in a place of my nature, my own nature. And I believe it and I seen it, how she can connect other people to that. She makes the bridge to other people reach their places and their hearts of their own nature, even if it is for 1 second or 2 seconds. The job is to make it more seconds.
yeah,
So
I have the I have the impulse to ask if you could share a bit more about when was that moment you had this powerful question of when did I become an edge worker, and you said that music had something to do with it, and I wonder if you could share a bit of how that was for you, or what happened for you.
yes, for me, um, I was always connected with art since a kid, because art and nature for me was the same thing. So I was always this was always alive in me. But in my teenagency, I don't know if that's the word.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, teenage C.
Yeah.
I my gremlin started to took over, and uh, I had like this breakdown, wanting to suicide, and being like really in the swamp of my families, of my survival strategies, and I just want to isolate myself and to to die basically. And in this moment, I I start, okay, I'm doing something else. Like this is I want to try something else. I would try to do something that I like. And then I'll say, okay, so I will go to theaters. And then I start to go to theaters just to get away a little bit of my house. And then I was in such a place of vulnerability that would be in the space of being the theater, connecting with people and listening to music. For some reason, the quality of the space lowered my numbness bar. And I was so connected to people that I was inside of me, it was like, oh, this exists. Like the connection that I feel with the people here, I don't even know them, but this reaches me in a place of being, of there's something else happening here. I'm feeling all the swamp and all it's all bullshit somehow. Even if it feels real, it's all bullshit somehow, because when I am in this place, I feel alive. Like even if I'm feeling so much sadness about what we are creating, or anger, I feel alive here. And that was the moment that I was like, okay, so I want to, for me this is art, so I want to dig a little more about it.
How was it?
And then
How was it that art for you? Can you connect that?
it was for me in the theater space, because I started with theater. In the theater space, it was in dynamics of like walking to the space and looking to each other and see how it changed for second to second. This touched me so much for some reason, and connecting with people. And then uh, I start to know more artists, like here in Brazil, that were speaking about feelings, and they were speaking about nature, and they were speaking about um, yeah, how are we are not this what we are living, this modern culture, zombies, we are not this. And they were doing this with art. They were not like is this speech, they were speaking about this, but in art forms, in music, in dynamics of theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what the thing that connected me, like, okay, so this is powerful. Like, so if we are not this, what are we? Because when I'm here with these people, I feel that we are this. Like I feel there is magic happening. And I know this for so much time. And that was the sparkle for me that made me, like, even with my gremlin in my teenagency, this was alive in me. Like
Mm.
I tried something else, and I know there is aliveness out there. And yeah, and with artists, for example, there's an artist that I Aurora, do you know her?
Yeah.
The first music that I listened to her was like 14, something like that. And her music touched me so much. And I was like, yes, that is aliveness, like that is art, like connecting with people like that and making a bridge. That is what I'm searching for. Like this is
Yeah.
what we are. Like humans are art. They are this. And this is the fire that kept in my heart. So I don't forget that.
Mm, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I, I've, yeah. Would you say what was that song that touched you
So,
from Aurora?
was Warrior
Yeah, Warrior.
and Runaway as well. Was the first two songs that I heard from her.
Mm-hmm.
And then I listened to the whole other musics, and
Yeah.
there was just something there.
Oh, that's amazing. Cool. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, that your journey with music and how is is so connected with how you are an edge worker today. In our
Is it?
last, what's that?
Mhm. No, I think it's just called connection, but now I hear you.
Okay. In our last meeting, we were talking about what is it about music that draws people in this way into a state where you, like where you want to create that thing. You're so inspired. You want to be music. You want to be, I would say, become music. This is why this space is called Become Music. And Jan from the last meeting, he was explaining a similar experience where he was touched by music, and then he wanted to pursue this thing. And for me too, I had this experience where I was touched with music multiple times in my life, and it's just gotten me to be closer and closer and closer to music. And in a way that I changed my whole life. Like I changed my world. I quit my job. I did like all of these things. I stayed up late to be in touch with music. And yeah, it's fascinating experience, or it's a field that to me it has come and gone. Like it comes into my life, and I'm like, I am music, and I'm making music, and I'm connecting with music. And then there is times when it goes away, in a way that I get into the words, I get into research or logic and stuff like that. And then it comes again, music in this way of that it embodies me. It's like I feel that comes into my way. And I am a channel for that field. And yeah, in the conversation last week, it was about this commitment. What is the commitment to music? And developing the scanner of that you can scan what somebody's commitment to music is, and what your own commitment to music is in a space. And there is an experiment that's brewing right now for me about these songs that really touched us. These songs that really touched you and that made you change. And this experiment that's brewing is about bringing in that vibration into the space. I don't know. I feel a bit scared because I don't know if this will be like copyright infringing or something. But I want to honor. I want to like open the space to honor that song and to bring it forward, and to create a space where each one of us gets to share a part of that song or the whole song of what that is.
I'm in.
Yeah, and I want to jump in into right that experiment right now, if you like. And the experiment is to find a song that touched you, that 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 moved you, and that made you draw closer to music, or touch something inside of you that it's almost like undescribable, that experience. And still it's real, and it's life changing. It's like this moment where the all of the energy accumulates, and it gives us the power to create something else. He, and to the point of becoming an edge worker. It's almost like a waking up experience. So yeah, find a song that of this sort that you have found that you like to sing, that you resonate with, and we're gonna take turns. And one person will start and will bring in this song, and then the other person will go and bring in this song, and we'll go from there. It will be like about 3 minutes per person or something like that. Five to 3 minutes per person.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about that?
No.
And I think I will go first. And I would like to warm up first before doing this.
Okay. Do
And
you
I
need
invite you
something?
to. What's that?
Do you need something?
No, I will guide us through a warm up if you like to do it too. It will
Okay.
just be a thing to warm up this part, this vocal cords. For me, it's 10, 11, and yeah, I would like to do a little bit of
Yeah.
warm up for this part. Okay. I start with massaging in the face, noticing with my energetic fingers where there is tension. I notice for me there is some tension like right down here. Mm. Um, okay, I'm ready to go. So this is a song also from Aurora. I listened to Aurora. Yeah, I mean this song. I heard it a few times. The first time I was like, "Wow, what is that song?" Then the second time, it's like I really like something. I need to hear this song more. And then there was another time where it's like, "This song is freaking amazing. I love it." And this happened through the
Yes.
period of like a month or like maybe like 3 weeks. And then there was I reached a point where, yeah, and for me, for this part of the experiment, let's open up, maybe create like a little story of like how was that getting in touch with that song. How did you come into that song, into that space? So then, yeah, I decided I wanted to learn this song. So I took one night. In one night, I started like I put it on repeat and I look at the lyrics, and I was just like crying about it, and it was just so touching, and I was able to like go and have like this intimate space by myself with this song, and get to like hear it, sing it, like look at the lyrics and sing it with the lyrics. And it was at that time of studying that song. And then after that, I tried it in the guitar, so I was playing the guitar and the song, and that's how. And yeah, like after that, I started sharing it with my people. It's like, you gotta listen to this song, this is beautiful.
Nice.
uh, and yeah, for like one of my friends that I shared it with, she heard it and she was like, "Oh, it's beautiful." And then she came like a week after. She was like, I get it. Like she got the song, so she got like the song to finally like touch her, and she
Let it
came.
in.
Like I loved it, and then she started learning it herself.
Mm,
Um,
cool.
the name of this song is what is the name of this song? We're made for love, something like that.
Mm.
We're made for love.
Exist for love.
We exist for love. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wait,
Beautiful.
and yeah, and I'll sing this like in my own version. I can't sing like Aurora, but I'll sing my own version. And yeah, and I yeah, the invitation is to do it a cappella. Like I could get it with the guitar, but I think just to get the rawness of the voice and whatever without zero production or something like. They say there is a war between the man and the woman. Ah, I never felt like this before. My heart knew that I couldn't. And then you take me in, and everything in me begins to feel like I belong. Like everybody needs a home, and when I take your arms, like the world has never held a man, I know I cannot heal the hurt, but I will hold you here forever if I can, if I can. And then I say their name. Like a horses in the rain, I think it feels the same as an ocean in my veins, and you'll be diving in like nothing is out of place. And we exist for love, only for love. I can imagine what it is to be forbidden from loving. Ah. 'Cause when you walk into my life, I could feel my life begin. Like you're the only one, the only thing that makes me whole, and you're the only one. The only one that makes me whole. I know it sounds like a lot, but you really need to know we are leaning out for love, and we will lean for love forever. I know I love you so. And then you tell my name like white horses on the rain. I think it feels the same as an ocean in my vein, and you'll be diving in like nothing is out of place. And we exist for love, only for love. And I love you, I love you, I love you, and I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you.
It's a very touching song.
I messed it up somewhere. I missed some parts that I didn't remember how it went. But yeah, that's how it sounds to me. And I noticed there's still that when I was singing, there is still a tension that doesn't let me drop right into the feeling of it. Or there's also judgment that, that it doesn't sound quite right or something like that. But it's that's the edge where I'm at. I'm like looking to drop deeper and deeper into the feeling of it and actually sing from the feelings more.
Mhm. I have an impulse about that. Do you want to hear?
Yeah,
The impulse is when you feel this fear or this block, or when you are about to sing the song. What happens if you use that to open this door of what is that place and sing completely on that place, you know? And you open your eyes, like, where are you in this song right now? Like, where are you in this song right now? With all of the, even with the, if it has an emotion, or like, where are you? And then you sing from that place and see what happens.
that works. Cool. That lands. Yeah, where are you in the song?
So,
Thank you. Would you like to go next, Amanda?
yes. Hmm. 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 I was listening to the ocean. I saw a face in the sound. I blank. I've just blanked now. Now remember. I was listening to the ocean. I saw a face in the sound. When I picked it up, that vanished away from my hands down. I had a dream I was 7, climbing my way on a tree. I saw a piece of heaven waiting patient for me down. And I was running far away. Would I run off the wall someday? Nobody knows, nobody knows. I was listening in the rain. I felt alive and I can't complain. But now take me home where I belong. I can't take it anymore. I was painting a picture, the picture I was painting of you, and for a moment I thought you were here, but again it wasn't true. Down. And all this time I have been lying, no lying in secret to myself. Often pouring sorrow on the forest place of my soul, and daddy thou. And I was running far away, but I would not the world someday. But now take me home where I belong. I got no other place to go. No, take me home where I belong. I got no other place to go. No, take me home, home where I belong. Oh, oh, no, take me home, home where I belong. I can't take it anymore. I cannot hear you, Jorge.
I said thank you for sharing.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, I want to hear from you. How was that? And also, if you can share to a video how that song arrived in your life.
Mm. It shared me now, it lands in me now. Um, a lot of fear running to my body, and this fear of um, I don't know where I am in this music right now. Like this, this music has so much. She hits me so much in this place of um, wanting to find a place in myself that I used to feel a long time ago, and now I am cleaning the space to be there again. And yeah, and then when I sing the song now, I just feel this fear of, okay, I'm in a huge unknown right now. And this music arrived for me when I was 14 to 15 years old. And when I listened to the song, I just felt so much sadness, and I felt so much love of mm, sadness for this place that I wasn't there for a long time. And then with this music, I reached that place. And when I listened to the song, that place was my heart. And also the love of there is someone singing about that too. I'm not alone, and there are people making questions, and there are people trying to go to that place as well. And I felt belonging for some reason, and
Mm,
that I wasn't alone in this path. And yeah, and singing now, I just feel a lot of compassion for my 15-year-old singing this song and listening to this song. And yeah, I feel compassion, I feel love, and yeah, just a lot of love.
mm,
Mhm.
amazing. Like, when I first experienced something like this, I was in yeah, I was a bit much older. At least like the first time when I remember it really landing, like really like making like a huge impact in me. And I was in my friend's apartment. I was around 27 years old, and I was working as a computer programmer in an office, like just like 9 to 5. I had plans of being an adventurer or plans of escape, like going out into out of the regular job schedule to go be a nomadic wanderer, or I didn't know what I wanted, but I was working a lot, spending a lot of time in the computer, and I was in my friend's apartment with headphones, and I was listening to this music from a group called Tenacious D, which is a rock band, yeah, like metal, like, and this guy just has this amazing voice. He's very funny, and he's very dynamic with his voice, and he's very quirky, but also very talented with his voice. And I had been listening to them for a while, and in this time I was listening to their song, and I just remember the feeling, the sensation of being touched at such a deep level of my being. And remember, this is, I can't describe this. Is unbelievable what I'm experiencing right now. I want to make music. I need to make music. I have to change everything in my life to make music. I I want to make something like this. It's not gonna be like this, but I want to make my own thing. And yeah, that was the this a moment. I was laying down in the floor, listening to this, and I remember in that moment making a decision. I will make music, or I'm going to make music. My life is music, and that creating such an intense force for my life, almost like seems like like coming from my back, kind of like supporting me and like pushing me forward. Like, yeah, go. It's like a motivational force. And yeah, a few weeks after that, I quit my job. I started recording. Actually, the quitting of the job happened after in a music festival where I had a music experience too. But I remember after this song, I went home and I started practicing more the guitar, practicing more the and recording. I actually recorded in 6 months. I recorded no, in 3 months I recorded like 21 songs, and it was just improvise, or something like I will record one song per day, something like that. And
Um,
yeah, that was that was super touching. And I'm trying to see now, like, navigating towards like what is it that what is it that is creating, why did that happen, why was I so touched by this music. And I think from what you were saying is, yeah, like it's touching into this part of me that is unfulfilled, that it hasn't been spoken out before, and that this person is singing about it, and they're being loud about it, they're putting it into the world. And yeah, in this way it gave me this validation in a way that yeah, you have that energy inside of you, you have that voice, you have a voice that wants to sing, you have a body that wants to play music. And yeah, it was this journey into more music.
mhm.
I have the an next experiment that is brewing up, and I want to ask you to, from this is the first time that we're meeting here, and I want to ask if there is any necessities, if you could speak a bit about the necessity for you about joining a space like this, joining a space of music where you get to explore your music, or where you get to be in a group with others, about connecting on the yeah, on this lens of music.
Mhm. My necessity now is uh, the first necessity is to be people that want to become music, that want to be in a space where we share this kind of uh, this kind of intimacy. And I want to. There's one necessity of wanting to create music with people, of with edge workers. And I love the way that music brings the universe of each one, and there's so deep intimacy and connection. And I want to discover that, and to discover what is a place of a possibility team of becoming music. What is, because music in the PM game world is pretty much an edge,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to be in that edge and also bring what I am discovering here, and not being a lone wolf anymore with my discoveries and not sharing with people. And I want to be with people with the same fire in my the of music in the heart.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my necessity of being in the spaces and what happens in the spaces and discovery and creating. That's my necessity. And I also uh love to dig in the past in bringing musics, because this gives me so much hints and keys about the music that I want to do. And I think that, yeah, like the experiment that you did right now, it reveals a lot of hidden hidden treasures that I didn't dig it. So
Mm-hmm.
this nourishes one part of me.
Beauty. Wow. Yeah, yeah. I get, this gives me a bit more clarity about this space, and yeah, thank you.
I want to hear about your clarity about the space that you.
Yeah. Well, first is being together in becoming music, being in that space of vulnerability, in a space that is clear, like that it has a clear context, in a space that it has a clear functionings, that there is a codex in the space of how it goes, and and that this is the purpose why we're meeting here, and the power of that, and yeah, the power too of the spaces that I've been holding, that I'm not coming as an authority, I'm not coming as a music teacher or as a music guide, that quite the opposite. Like I love music, and but I is like being in the space as space holders, in a way that we're learning how to hold space, each one of us, to hold space for music, or to hold space for that thing that you care about. So yeah, the clarity is about, yeah, like more an affirmation of the experiments that we're doing here, the experiments that I've been creating in this space, of inviting people to use their voice and to bring their voice out and to bring their music out. Yeah, and I want more of that. I want, yeah, I want this to be a team. I want us to be space holders, and be able to say, to have rotating space holders. I think that's what I would like to have, because I want to know how other people hold space for this, and whenever there is not another space holder, I'll hold space, something like that. That, yeah, but I want to see other people holding space for this meeting, and I think other people want that too.
Yes.
Yeah, and you mentioned to the necessity to create music, and yeah, that's been also a part that's been brewing up in these spaces, and still, like the thing that's limiting right now is the technology, that there is a lag, there is a delay in the communication, so we're never gonna be able to be fully in sync through Zoom. And there is another platform called BandLab, which I mentioned a few times, and it's a great collaboration platform where you can record something, and then somebody else, you can invite other people as collaborators, or you can share the music, and it's completely free, the application.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in a team to give possibilities so that this happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to empower more the space. And I have a lot of people here in Brazil that want and they want to discover more music. They're more in touch with music right now, so I'm thinking about sharing more the space with them. And yes, I want to the space to be alive, more alive.
Mm-hmm. Yay.
I'm committed to that.
Yay, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay. Anything else about this?
No,
Okay.
not right now.
Right, so I want to navigate towards an experiment for something about the people that are in modern culture without the people that are like at the edge of modern culture, that they still they know that there is a modern culture, that they are at the edge of modern culture. They're not right in the center where everything is spinning, but they're like right at the edge where they are looking already. They know that there is something up, that there is a a force that is destroying the planet or that is consuming the life of the planet. There is a force that is not serving life uh, in this moment, and they're at the edge of that. They still don't see that there is a way out of it. um, and I want this experiment is to create music for that even that part of us that's still in that edge, where we're still holding on to modern culture, or to that old culture. Yes, and to create this song for that part of us and that part of the world of of what's next. Something like, what's the next step? What's the next step to the other world? What's the next step to jump into next culture? What's the next step to after where they're at? And
Hmm.
and it'll be a song for yeah, to sing to that part of us, that part of yourself. We will take turns.
Okay.
And anything else about that? Do you have there's any questions? Anything that you want to add to that?
Mhm.
Be like
Just
about
gonna loop to see if I got it.
yeah.
So we're gonna make a experiment, a music to a part of us there is in modern culture and seeing the chaotic mass and wanting the exit, wanting the next step, wanting to leave. That's it?
Yeah, and now that you're saying, it's like painting the door, kind of painting the door. Here is the door. Here is the door to
Okay.
that.
Okay.
And I will let that be the origination of this music, something like that. And yeah, I invite you to do sounds, or if there is any words that come amazing, and rhythms, sound rhythms, melodies, harmonies. It doesn't have to look great, it doesn't have to look good, and it doesn't, yeah, there's no right or wrong to do this.
Okay.
And it can be as loud and as an intense as you want it to be. And
Hmm.
would you like to go first, Amanda?
Yes. I just have a question. I am delay for you, or
What
are
is
you seeing me right?
I can see you all right, and I do notice that there is a bit of a delay.
Okay. Just because you're cutting for me a little bit, but maybe it will pass.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. hey, 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 Aí vejo você à sua porta, em minha frente, vejo o caminho, não posso abrir, pegando fogo e arde em mim. Hum, hum, ah, hum, ah, 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 Hum, ah, ah, ah. Vejo vento abrir o som, tento encontrar minha voz. Me perco em teus versos assim, me perco em teus versos assim. Tento achar só a escuridão. Tento encontrar, não vejo razão. Tento encontrar só escuridão. Tento encontrar, não vejo razão. Hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah, 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 hey, ah, hey, ah, ah, ah.
Wow, I almost want to clap. I know there's some possibility laughs or expand the box where you clap, but I don't know.
Yes.
I'm not sure about that. But I've been enjoying
Mhm.
it lately, like experiencing the clapping.
Yes, it has different consequences in the space, né?
Yeah.
It's very different. Hmm.
What also? Can you speak about some of those consequences from what you see?
Uh, I think I think when this, I think uh, it touches the being a lot, and it's it's a silent wave that goes in and in the appreciation. The clap, I feel that it depends of how much the context is very settled. If the context is not very settled, the clap can impact too much in the space and make it like kind of breaks a little bit. Uh, and I see if the person is in a lot of liquid state and like recovering and being stable, this the claps can unstabilize
Mm-hmm.
more. And when the context is very settled and for example, if the person the box doesn't let in appreciation, I think this is something very um, precise that makes the box, oh my god, and then let it in. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it varies the consequences depending of the context.
Mm,
Mhm.
thank you.
What about you?
The what with the clapping, what I experience is like this sort of like creating like light in the room. Like it's like if I start clapping like this, Like it's just like boom, 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 like flashes of light, and it's intense. Like it can be really intense.
Yes.
What is it? We have been experiencing it. My daughter started playing with it when my other son, he does tricks in the bed. He does like he started really learning how to do a roll, and then she started clapping for him. So we've been experiencing with that, and it's kind of this like my son feels like he wants to do it again, and he wants to do it again. So there is a sense of like acknowledgement, and on the dark side, like on the shadow side, is this price of like a pricing of like, yeah, good boy, you're a good boy, or like that was great, you're awesome. And then it's like kind of manipulation to want to do more, you should do more of that or something like that.
Mm.
So there is an edge to it that I'm navigating, because I was for a long time like no clapping, like I didn't like clapping, and I wouldn't clap. So I'm slowly going into clapping as an edge worker now. What is clapping? And yeah, when I do this is very like subtle. I'm working on the energetic field, almost like creating like a vibration in the energetic field, but it's
Mm.
silent.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah,
I think in Brazil, this is very shaky for the boxes
yeah.
because in Brazil and the families here are very loud and
Hmm.
claps and noise. And doing this uh, here is very, I mean, you can see the boxes like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, what is that? At least in my first expanded box, you could see the boxes don't know how to behave, especially of not doing or like just receiving it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've experienced that. I've done that for some people in person lately, and they wonder, what is that? What is that? They make fun. What are you
Yes.
doing?
Like you're from another planet.
Yeah, right on. Wow, that was powerful. I still have the energy from your song, uh, and yeah, it was very powerful. It was very powerful to hear it and to to see you singing it.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that it's recorded, because I think there's some powerful things sharing there.
Yay. My box freaks out a little bit. But good.
Okay, I will go next. Mm, okay. Era the senda wa we se unda un se unde unda hu se unde we vera hu ya unda hu ya hu we hu na he hu we hu na he hu wa hu 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 he hu wa we fa fa hum wo wo. Ah! You must have done so. conmigo esta noche. Kumara kosanzan estanada ben komai sande jamawa. Wea, wa masuna wa mawea. Mawase, mawasawe, mawase, wow masawe, mau, 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 my na mau, 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 Mauna Tea Sen now now so ooh, 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 Minasama te na se ya se mao. Netan de ya we se ne de re. Iu, he, no one some mama no
Thank you, Jorge. I want to know how where were you?
a lot. It felt a lot here. There was big part of me that was here in this kind of mimetic of I have to be right or like I'm gonna do it wrong or doing it right, doing it wrong, doing it right, wrong.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, there was an anger that was wait yeah there is still like this big part of my mimetic field that is like I'm gonna do it right or I'm gonna do it wrong and I have to do it right. I cannot do it wrong,
Mhm.
and it blocks a big part of my possibilities and everything that's possible.
Mhm.
Uh, so
It is
this song,
still alive right now?
in a way, yes, yeah, yeah. I notice it's an emotional healing process for me, or a mimetic engineering process. So
Mhm.
yeah, like something from healing from school, and that just being myself is not okay. That there is something wrong with me. There is something wrong with me. Uh, and
What happens if people see that something is wrong with you?
yeah, that'll be the worst case scenario. That would be the unwanted thing, or yeah, if they see what's wrong with me, then they like yeah, like I'm not gonna be loved. That I'm not gonna be loved. I'm not gonna get to evolve. I'm not gonna get to survive and to live. Like I'll be cast away and into a weird place.
You're gonna be cast away. And what happens inside of you if they do that?
I'm yeah, I end up alone, just barely surviving, barely like confused and not knowing what's up and what's down, where am I, who am I, what am I supposed to do here.
Mhm.
I don't want to do this alone, something like that.
Okay, thank you.
And
That's huge.
yeah, it's a big pain for me, and
Mhm.
I want to write it down.
Okay,
Yeah, because it's a big process that's coming very clear right now. A big doorway.
okay,
Um, yeah, thank you. Yeah, and the navigation of that song was being in that fear, and still being there, still using my bright principles of transformation, of aliveness. Yeah, a transformation and aliveness to move that, um to give life to that, and to go beyond that, to not get trapped inside of those voices that are telling me that I'm doing wrong, doing it wrong, and to just, there was this moment when I like had a big loud scream, and yeah, that came from my anger and my, yeah, like, yeah, the anger that of being repressed and being pushed down, and being listening to those things in an endless way that is endless and endless, and it just keeps me in this status quo. It keeps me below growing up, and yeah, that was a big sound and scream.
Mhm. Thank you. Yeah, I could feel there was a breakthrough. It was like reaching something and trying to break it too.
Mm.
It was very touching. How are you feeling right now?
Liquid, and yeah, very liquid from that song, and navigating towards the last 15 minutes of this meeting, and wondering, yeah, putting, smelling for what's available now, and yeah, and I want to take a moment to process this, because it's so big, this, all of the different impulses that I feel, and they can be in a way so overwhelming sometimes, to feel all the different impulses from the all the different directions, and I think, yeah, like going into my first position is the thing that allows me to like go back into this place here and now, and hold space from, not from my mind, not from like all of these like voices and things that are happening over there, but actually from what I'm feeling, and yeah, there is a big sadness inside of myself from that. I haven't had access to this possibility before, and and that is so heartbreaking. All of, like, how it goes in there when I let it loose, when I let it like just like run wild, and noticing like how easy it is to go up there, and to navigate from up there, um, And yeah, there is a part of me that also feels joy about having this access to this possibility of landing here in the now, clicking my finger and actually getting access to sensations which are in a way more stable than whatever is happening up there, in a way that they're either more stable or more mm, they have like a more substance or something. They're more holy. No, not more holy, that's not what I meant, but more there is a grounding when I can sense what I'm feeling right now,
Mhm.
that I can hold space from there, from that place, wherever I am.
Celebrate that.
Mm. There is a this thing that is an impulse that I'm getting right now about the music team or music band. I've been calling it also music flock, like a flock of
Flock.
birds. Flock.
Ah, okay.
So flock
Mhm.
is a term that is used for naming any group of birds. And when I was doing this research, I found out that band, the name band, like music band, a band is a group of jays, which is a specific type of bird, but it's not all birds. So this is why I started calling it flock, because our band, the music band that I want to create, is like it's not just jays, but it's like other kinds of birds. It can be flamingos and toucans and parrots and blue jays and all of these different kinds of birds. So I call it the music flock. Uh,
Music flock.
yeah, and
I like that.
in a way, one of the reasons why music is so powerful to me and why I keep going into this and in the context specifically of possibility management, breach houses, radical responsibility, teamwork, and collaboration is because music is it has this key, this language that it facilitates the collaboration of people in an awesome way, where everybody gets to participate, everybody gets to be there in whatever capacity they're at.
Mhm.
And this is one of the most powerful things that I'm most turned on about on researching is about this. How does music, how we can use music to, how does music organize us? Because music is almost a bright principle that is a life itself.
Yeah.
And how does music organize us? Where does music want me right now? What is music asking for right now?
Thank you for opening these doors for me with these questions. And it really touched me this what you shared about the how music helps collaboration, because one of the things that most really touched me about music is the quality of presence that you need to be when you're making music with other people. The quality of listening that you have to make, like, and it's also it's very amazing because I already facilitate dynamics of creating songs together, and it's really amazing how it is to, like, you listen an idea, like, in the corner of the room, and then you can, okay, so I will empower this idea, like I will make a ground for this person to fly, or i will I will fly and I will do a solo, and then someone will catch me, or there's an idea there that is not being listened, so I will empower this so it will be heard, and, like, or no, I should stay quiet right now, or I will make another thing. Like, it's such a refined listening, and the choosing that really touches me. Like, it really, really touches me, and it's so visible the consequences in the space because the music is there. If the music is not happening, it's radical responsibility. Like, how can we collaborate so that because it's our responsibility. So I love this quality of this present, being grounded and listening and putting your voice, knowing where to put your voice, knowing where to put other things. And this really this really touches me to see people that doesn't have any experience working with music, but it's so in our system that like music is so alive in us, and it's beautiful to see that. So it really touches me. Mm, mm,
Yeah, I love this thing that you're bringing about quality, the quality of listening, the quality of presence that is required in a space of music to create music. And I identify that you have to, it's like a practice of splitting attention. And in music, actually, when you're learning music, you learn how to isolate your muscles, right? When you're playing the guitar, you learn how to
mm,
isolate so that you can move each finger at the same time as you're moving these ones. And also, if you're learning singing, you learn how to isolate the lips from the throat and the jaw and the tongue. And when you're learning the
mm,
drums, you learn how to isolate these different muscles so that each muscle can do this thing. And it's like that practice of splitting your attention, and it's almost like the musician is a specialist at splitting the attention and isolating the different elements so that they can be listening at the same time that they are participating. So they're
yes.
like it's awesome because you're listening and the guitar is stop and then boom you stop because you know that that's where you have to stop. And then the drummer is playing and they do this and then you know that you can
Mm,
like
yeah,
instantly acoplate with it. And this makes like it's such a mystery. This reflex is like a very accurate reflex.
it's magic.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, the,
Mm,
I love these questions and opening and this uh, identifying music as a bright principle and as something that is alive. And now I can pay attention more to it with my nose. This is how I catch the bright principles with my nose and see like what does music want right now? What is music asking from me right now? Because we are vehicles. We are like this conduit for music to have a space here in Earth.
yes.
Thank you so much,
Mm,
Amanda, for being here.
thank you. I feel very uh, touched and inspired by the space. Thank you for choosing to restart those meetings. I'm leaving here with a lot of gold and a lot of aliveness to keep these questions alive in me and research.
Mm,
Thank you.
thank you. Yeah, I hope next week there'll be uh, more people to experiment and practice with.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much and see you next time.
Thank you. See
Thank
you.
you for your presence.